Good morning. I'm Ben Brew, your East Liberty Worship Associate for today. Before we begin, I want to recognize those who are involved with the service today. Anita Folks on piano. Our Rob is on the tech team back there. Paul and Bob are ushers and greeter today. Thank you to our social hour team and our minister, Reverend Dan Miyake. We also welcome our friends at the UU Fellowship of Elkhart, Indiana, to our joint worship service today. Please note that all announcements will take place after the service in each of the congregations today. We welcome all those who come seeking a spiritual home among us. If you happen to be a first-time visitor, we'd love to get to know you. If you are here in person at East Liberty, please be sure to pick up a welcome folder and stay for conversation after the service during our social hour. We also want to welcome our Zoom participants and encourage you to introduce yourself in the chat.
My name is Oksana Warbiansky, and I am a member of the Board of Trustees of this congregation. Welcome to all of you. The Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Elkhart is a welcoming community encouraging religious freedom, nurturing individual spiritual and ethical growth, celebrating diversity, and promoting a just and sustainable world. If you would like to learn more about this fellowship, please ask anyone wearing a name badge with any questions you may have. You can also check out our website at uufe.org. You are all welcome to join us after the service in the gathering place for coffee and fellowship. For the listening enjoyment of all, we ask you at this time to please set your phone to silent mode. Also, if you need hearing support, please ask for help at the sound desk at the rear of the sanctuary. Thank you.
In the spirit of fellowship, care, and connection, I encourage every member and friend to speak with at least one person that they do not know or don't know very well before leaving today. This is how we will continue to build the beloved community we seek. And to start those conversations off, please take a moment now to greet the people around you. And let's not forget our online friends, so let's all say hi to our friends on Zoom. Huh. Y'all are unusually subdued this morning. Feel okay? It's early. It's early. Okay, I'll take that. This morning, I owe you all an apology. You see, when I wrote out the sermon blurb for today's service, I described it as wild, fun. I had envisioned an entirely different service than the one you actually experienced today. Because when I sat down to write it, wild and fun just did not come out. The deeper, more reflective service did.
So if you came for a bit of wildness this morning, I'm sorry to disappoint you. The basis for today's service came from a concept that was found in November's Soul Matters small group packet. The idea was so moving to me that I just had to share it with you. And even though it isn't wild and crazy, I hope you still like it. This is the season of Thanksgiving, a time when we pause to give thanks for the gifts that fill our lives. The people we love, the food that nourishes us, the homes that shelter us, the communities that hold us. Gratitude often begins with noticing the ordinary moments that quietly make life extraordinary. Sometimes it's a smell from the kitchen, or the sound of someone's laughter, or a memory that surprises you with warmth. This morning, we'll explore gratitude from a slightly different angle, not by counting our blessings, but by letting ourselves be amazed that such blessings exist at all. So let us open our hearts to wonder, to connection, and to the quiet joy that grows whenever we pause to say simply, thank you.
The chalice lighting this morning is called the Light of Remembering. We light this chalice in the season of gratitude for the warmth of friendship, the comfort of belonging, and the steady glow of community.
Days, the laughter we share, the beauty we almost overlook, and the love that finds us when we least expect it.
We lighted all gifts that fill our days, the laughter we share, the beauty we almost overlook, the love that finds us when we least expect it. As this flame rises, may it open our eyes to the everyday miracles around us. May this flame remind us to notice the light that lives within and among us, and to be grateful for this moment and for one another. And now, please rise in body or spirit as we sing hymn 1010. We give thanks. We're going to sing this twice through.
We give thanks for this precious day. We're all gathered here and those far away. For this time we share with love and care. We give thanks for this precious day. We give thanks for this precious day. We're all gathered here and those far away. For this food we share with love and care. We give thanks for this precious day. So this morning, I want to show you something truly amazing about gratitude. Gratitude isn't like money. It doesn't run out when you give it away. In fact, it does the opposite. The more you share it, the bigger it gets. So I thought we'd test that idea together with a little game called the Gratitude Toss. This stuffy is going to help us spread a little thankfulness around the room and across our Zoom screens too. So here's how it works. When you catch the stuffy, say one thing you're grateful for. It could be big or small, but then you have to toss it to someone else and they'll add their own gratitude. You can say, I'm grateful for my friends. I'm grateful for macaroni and cheese. I'm grateful for naps. We'll see if we can keep this gratitude moving around a little bit, because that's what gratitude does best. It moves, it connects, it grows. So I'm going to start. It's a little bit heavy, so don't knock somebody in the head with it. And I'm going to toss it over. You want it? There. Good catch.
I'm thankful for music, especially opera. I wasn't expecting this. I feel like a bride throwing a bouquet on it. Unexpected. Are you grateful for that? Perhaps. I'm grateful for my husband. Here it comes. I'm grateful for
Grateful for everything.
I'm grateful for my friends. I'm grateful for my children. I'm grateful for you. Family and
I'm grateful for good health.
Wake up.
I'm grateful for my grandson.
I'm grateful for this fellowship.
All right, we'll do one or two more. Agreed. Last one. Thank you. Are we done in Elkhart?
I'm grateful for this home church, UUCEL.
Can you tell? So, look around for a second and notice all the faces, all the smiles. Each person shared something that makes their life brighter. Gratitude isn't something we keep inside. It's something we pass along, like this plushie, wherever he may be. The more we share it, the more it fills the room and our hearts. And that's the magic of gratitude. It grows every time we give it away. So let's transition now into a quieter moment of reflection where we can put away our worries, our stress, our monkey mind thoughts, and just be. For a brief few minutes, we could be grateful for this opportunity to come together in loving community and know that we are loved and accepted just as we are, warts and all. We could take this time to simply breathe and know that is all that is being required of us. And what a blessing that is. So please remain seated for our next hymn, number 90, From All the Fret and Fever of the Day. Okay, so let us settle into a spirit of meditation. Take a deep breath and feel the air fill your lungs. A simple, quiet miracle we rarely stop to notice. The season around us invites thanksgiving. Yet gratitude is more than a holiday or a list of blessings. It is the gentle turning of the heart toward the life that is already here. Gratitude lives in small, ordinary things. A voice that calls your name with kindness, the smell of something baking in the kitchen, a piece of music that moves you, the way light dances across a window on a gray day. It lives in people who steady us and in the courage that rises when life feels uncertain. Spirit of life, may we be awake to these quiet gifts. When our minds rush ahead to what's missing, help us return to what is present. When we feel weary or burdened, remind us of the beauty still unfolding. When we forget our belonging, bring us home again to the deep truth that every breath, every heartbeat is a small miracle of connection. Let gratitude be not a duty, but a way of seeing, a widening of the heart, a softening toward life itself. For all that is, for all that has shaped us, for all that sustains us still, we give thanks. Blessed be.
We come together today not only to share in worship, but also to support the values and mission of our congregation. Unitarian Universalism calls us to embrace a world of justice, compassion, and love. And through our offerings, we put these principles into action. Our offering today is a tangible expression of our commitment to making a positive impact both within our congregation and in the broader community. The East Liberty Social Justice Mission designee for this quarter is the Residents in Action. You can give by noting it in the memo of your check or by using the donate button on our webpage. Thank you for your generosity.
The Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Elkhart are sharing our offering this morning with the Boys and Girls Club of Elkhart. Please enjoy this musical interlude while the offering is being collected.
Our reading today is called A Litany of Gratitude. We give thanks for this day, for the breath that fills us, the light that guides us, and the chance to begin again.
Lives for those who listen with patience, who laugh with us easily, and who love us through our growing.
We give thanks for laughter shared across tables and screens, for music that stirs the heart, and stories that remind us who we are.
Thanks for beauty, for the turning of seasons, the whisper of the wind through the trees, and the scent of rain and fallen leaves.
We give thanks for the strength that carries days and uncertain nights, and for the courage that keeps hope alive.
We give thanks for this community, gathered in many places, bound by love stronger than distance, sustained by faith, friendship, and care.
May our gratitude be
More than words.
May it become a way of
seeing,
a way of living, and a way of healing the world. for this
for this
life,
life,
for each other, and for the wonder that holds us all. We give thanks.
thanks.
We've been talking this morning about gratitude, but not the usual kind of gratitude that comes from adding things up. Today we're looking at the kind that comes from imagining what might never have been. Usually when we think of gratitude, we make a list. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for my friends. I'm thankful for my cat, my garden, coffee, Netflix, and whoever invented heated car seats. It's a good list. But this morning, I want us to turn the list upside down. Instead of counting the gifts in our lives, I want us to imagine what our lives would be like without these gifts. That's what the Soul Matters Sharing Circle calls subtraction gratitude. The practice of noticing what might never have been and feeling thankful that it was. It's what the angel Clarence helped George Bailey do in the classic movie It's a Wonderful Life. And it's a surprisingly powerful practice. Most of us have seen the movie at least once. George Bailey, standing on a bridge on Christmas Eve, convinced his life doesn't matter. He's tired, discouraged, and ready to give up. Then the angel Clarence shows him what the world would have been like if he had never been born. All the lives he'd touched without realizing it. All the goodness that had quietly rippled out from his ordinary kindness. And nothing about George's situation changes in the end. His debts are still there, his old house is still drafty, but something inside him shifts. He can finally see that the small, unnoticed moments of love and care were what made his life wonderful. That's the kind of gratitude that changes everything. Not the count your blessings kind, but the open your eyes kind. It's the moment when you realize that your very being has shaped the lives around you in ways you may never fully know. So let's try an experiment together. Think of one person who means a lot to you. Maybe someone who changed your life for the better. Now, imagine what if you had never met them? What would your life look like without their friendship or their guidance? Would you have learned the same lessons, laughed in the same way? Or think of something you love to do. Playing music, painting, cooking, hiking, reading, caring for animals, even tinkering with something in the garage. Now imagine if that joy had never entered your life. It's a strange feeling, isn't it? It's a little sad and a little empty. But right behind that sadness comes something else. The sudden wave of warmth, this deep sense of, oh, wow, I am so glad that happened. That's gratitude. Not the kind you can write down in a notebook, but the kind that wells up quietly in your heart. Psychologists actually study this stuff. And they found that people who practice this kind of what if gratitude report feeling more connected, less anxious, and more generous. Why? Because it reminds us that life, even the hard parts, is so full of gifts we didn't earn, but we were lucky enough to receive. And that fits beautifully with our UU faith. We don't believe blessings come from above like prizes for good behavior. We believe they flow through relationships, through the people, the moments, and the communities that hold and shape us. Gratitude for us isn't about counting possessions. It's about noticing connections. When I tried this exercise myself, I started thinking, what if I had never found Unitarian Universalism? What if I had never walked into that first UU congregation many years ago? Never heard those words of welcome that made me feel, for the first time, I think, like I didn't have to hide who I was. What if I hadn't met the people who saw something in me that I couldn't yet see in myself? It's hard to imagine. So many of my joys, my friendships, even my calling to ministry, they all trace back to that one choice, that one open door. And maybe you've had one of those moments too. The job you almost didn't take, the friend you almost didn't call, the place you almost didn't go, and how different everything would have been if it hadn't happened. Sometimes gratitude sneaks up on us through those what ifs. Kids understand this, maybe even a little better than adults. Ask a kid what they're thankful for, and you'll get honest, beautiful answers. I'm thankful for my dog. I'm thankful for pizza. I'm thankful for Minecraft. I'm thankful for my best friend. But then you ask, what if you didn't have those things? And their eyes widen. No pizza? No dog? No best friend? That would be terrible. That moment, when the absence makes the gift visible, that's where gratitude lives. The other day, I found myself thankful for something truly small. I was looking through a drawer for something and I found an old movie ticket stub from years ago. It was from a random Tuesday night, nothing special. A movie I barely remember. But for some reason, that little scrap of paper made me stop. Because that night, I'd gone to the movie with someone, and that someone's now my wife. We'd only just met back then. And I hadn't realized that a small, sure, let's go to the movie, would lead to years of laughter and late night talks. Looking at that ticket stub, I felt an unexpected rush of gratitude. Not because I'd planned it or counted it as a blessing, but because it reminded me how life quietly builds meaning through 1,000 ordinary choices. That's the kind of gratitude we're exploring today. The kind that surprises us when we notice how much of our joy depends on things we never could have planned. And that's what this practice does. It makes us aware of the small miracles we usually overlook. the things that almost weren't, but thankfully are. Sometimes, though, the what-ifs touch something much deeper, the kind that can't be written on a gratitude list. What if you hadn't survived that hard year? What if you hadn't met the person who helped you heal? What if you hadn't found this congregation when you needed a community the most? Those thoughts can bring tears, but they're holy tears. They remind us that gratitude isn't just a happy feeling. It's also a kind of awe. The recognition that life could have gone so many other ways, and yet somehow here we are. I've had those times. As you know, back in 2007, my life came apart in ways I couldn't have imagined. It was a long, dark stretch, a season of despair that stripped away everything I thought I knew about who I was and what my life was supposed to be. And yet, looking back now, I'm grateful for that pain. Not because it was good, it wasn't, but because it was honest. It forced me to face myself, to grow, to deepen, and to become more compassionate toward others and myself. That's what the mystics call the dark night of the soul. It's the moment when the light you've depended on goes out, and you discover that the dark itself has something to teach you. We don't have to pretend that suffering is a blessing, but we can acknowledge that meaning can rise from it. That gratitude sometimes grows in the very cracks left by pain. When I think about who I've become, more patient, more understanding, more loving, I know that some of those qualities were forged in that darkness. And I wouldn't wish it on anyone, but I can still be grateful for what it gave me. A deeper soul, a softer heart, and a clearer sense of what truly matters. Gratitude, at its most powerful, isn't about the easy things. It's about saying, even this, even the hard parts, have shaped me into someone capable of love. If that hadn't happened, if that chapter of my life had never unfolded, I wouldn't be who I am today. And I kind of like myself now. So sometimes the hardest experiences become the very soil in which gratitude grows. That's the spiritual heart of Thanksgiving. Not pretending that everything's perfect, but realizing how much we would miss if it weren't. And there's another beautiful truth hiding in all this. Just as we're grateful for the people who shaped our lives, someone out there is grateful for us. We might not even know it. Maybe it's someone you helped years ago, or someone who noticed your kindness in a moment you don't even remember. Like George Bailey, we can't always see the ripple effect of our actions, how our simple presence changes the lives around us. But they're there, quietly weaving the fabric of the world. That's the miracle of connection. Every act of love, every word of encouragement, every time we show up for someone, it all matters. If we were to disappear, the world would be a little dimmer. And that too is something to be grateful for. At the end of It's a Wonderful Life, George Bailey returns to his old life shouting, "I want to live again." He runs through the snow, hugs his family, and shouts "Merry Christmas" to everyone he sees. Nothing in his life changed except his heart. He's still the same man, in the same town, with the same problems. But now he sees it all differently. Everything is a gift. That's what we're invited to do this Thanksgiving. To see our ordinary lives through the eyes of gratitude. When we imagine what might never have been, we wake up to how precious what is truly is. We remember that every person, every joy, every breath is a quiet miracle, and that life as it is enough. So may this Thanksgiving and every day that follows be filled not just with a list of blessings, but with the awareness of how fragile and wondrous it is that we are here at all. May we say with our hearts full and our eyes open, "I want to live again." And may we live gratefully for all that is and for all that might never have been and yet somehow is. May it be so. Now I invite you to please rise in body or spirit for our next hymn, 128, "For All That Is Our Life." I invite you to please join in extinguishing our chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. As we prepare to go from this time of Thanksgiving, may our hearts stay open to the small wonders around us. The sound of laughter, the comfort of familiar voices, the gentle rhythm of ordinary days. May we remember that gratitude isn't something we have to search for. It's something that meets us whenever we pause to see clearly. Go into the world now, carrying the light of gratitude in your eyes and in your hearts, and let that light shine in all the places where life quietly needs it the most. And go in peace.